So,
Welcome back to the show, everybody.
hello.
My special guest today is Dalton Pack. Dalton, thank you for being on the show. You've been on other videos on our YouTube channel, but not the podcast.
True.
You're on the 2 Smash Brothers videos, and we're going to be on the new viewing party that we have yet to film yet.
Right.
So, not the summer one, but the 2 other ones that we wanted to do. But Hank got around to. Thank you for being on the show, Dalton.
Hey, I'm fine. It's giving me something to do after work at least.
Yeah. Besides, you text me before, not while you're driving, but on the way here, that you had a little bit of a rant.
Yes.
Will you please regale us?
Well, my thing
I agree.
is, case in point is right here in front of me.
Yes, exactly. For our video watchers, you can see what it is. For on the audio, he's got Hardee's in front of him.
My thing is, we have a lot of places in this town.
Yes.
These are franchise businesses, which I've worked for Burger King before, so I know what it's like on the back end of the counter.
Mm-hmm.
And I know what it's like being a customer. But at the same time, you can get to these certain places, and they take forever when they're not busy inside. Like, for example, being at Burger King, I understand if something is going slow, because usually they get hit from both sides. They're getting
Exactly.
drive-through and through the lobby.
Yeah, exactly.
But Hardee's, for example,
Yes.
they're only busy at breakfast time.
Mm-hmm.
This is
It was
6
around.
o'clock.
It was around 5:30 whenever you were there.
Yeah, it's about 5:30, and there's nobody. I'm sitting there waiting in the drive-thru, 3 cars behind. John and Susie Q Redneck and their beat down old Dodge Caravan. And then I'm looking inside. It's like, well, maybe they're getting swamped inside. That's why it's taking so long.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Not a soul.
Not a soul.
Not even a cashier at the front registers either.
Yeah.
It's like, where is everybody?
Where is everyone? And that's an issue that our Hardee's has always had.
Yes.
And I don't understand as to why. And I know 3 people that work at Hardee's, and I've never been wanted to ask them, but I haven't been to Hardee's in like more than a year. Like, it's been a long time. Like, there's nothing there for me to eat right now anyway.
I usually just go every once in a while. Hardee's is one of those things of, it's good, but it's not my preferred place.
Yeah.
I usually get it when I'm either heading out this way to see my sister, hang out with you or something of that nature.
Yeah.
It's just convenience on the direction I'm going, because if I try to go on the strip where all the other fairly good restaurants like Sonic, Zaxby's, all those guys are at, it would have added probably another 15, 20 minutes along with my food time to get here.
Yeah, from the caverns to here.
Yes.
Because in that case you'd have to go.
I'd have to go.
You have to go out of your way and around to get to here.
Yes.
So, yeah, I don't get it. Some places in town are just busy or not busy. They're just slow. I don't get it.
But I'll tell you one thing I do support in town, and all of them that I go to and I frequent, local businesses as restaurants. For example, Smooth Rapids is my tops. Smooth Rapids is my tops. Tops is my second.
Yeah.
But Smooth Rapids, for sure, they have good burgers there. You know me, I'm a big fan of a good burger.
Yeah.
But also, they just have a wide variety for everybody.
They really do. They have a vegan bean burger that I tried one time. It was really good.
Black bean burger. Those are so good.
It was really
I
good.
don't necessarily like much stuff with vegetables.
Plant stuff. Yeah.
And
But it was good.
I eat those mean burgers like they're going out of style, son.
Yeah, they're pretty good. Specialty burgers like that though can be pricey at some point. I think the one at Smooth Rapids was $9.
It's $7 to $9 usually varying, but
And any price is subject to change for stuff like that.
But usually with the $7 to $9, you get a side, like a chip or fries.
Yeah,
with
yeah,
that.
exactly, yeah.
And that's not including the drink, but still, their fries are good too. I love their fries.
Whenever we went to trivia for the Marvel stuff, I think I just got like an order of fries.
Yeah.
Like I really didn't want much, but yeah, plant-based burgers. Some of them can be really, really good. I have so far I've had the high end, like $20 for one burger, and I've had the lower end where it's like, you buy a frozen box of like 4 and it's $4. I've had those and they're just fine. And I've had the in-betweens also. The in-betweens can be pretty good. But the higher end ones are like incredible. They're just so good. There's a place in Murfreesboro called Doghouse, and I think it was $10 at one point for one burger. And it was really, really good. It's like one of my favorite potato vegan burgers.
And this is because I made them, the only veggie burger I'm not a big fan of is Burger King's.
There's a video, I don't know if it's on the Third Opinion Media channel or if it's on my channel. It's like 5 minutes long, and it's me trying it for the first time, basically. It was just okay. And I had it like probably a dozen times after that. But it's still just okay. The reason being is because I'm pretty sure, don't quote me on this, Morningstar is the one that makes it. Mm-hmm. So it has milk whey in it, and it has egg whites in it. And in addition to other like plant-based stuff. So it's not vegan, it's vegetarian, but it's also, the vegan ones are infinitely better than the vegetarian ones in every case that I have had. But I think I saw online somewhere where it said like in 2020 or the end of 2019 or the beginning of 2020, they will have the vegan burger only. Like the Impossible Burger, I think. Like it'll be the vegan only burger. And if that's the case, I'm going to go to Burger King way more often because it's way, way better.
But my thing is, being on the cook side of things, every time we would make one, customers wouldn't hear it, but we'd say we need a butt crack burger. Because
I mean, honestly, yeah.
The way you cook those things is we have a special container that you put in the microwave that makes sure that the meat's thoroughly cooked through. We test it with a thermometer, make sure everything's nice and perfectly safe.
Yeah. But
the smell that would come from that container after you've nuked that thing was just...
Yeah. They especially those do not smell good.
No.
I had a Dr. Prager's, it was a purple beet burger. It was just aight, but it did not smell good cooking it.
Well, going on the subject of beets, because I have a friend that's doing some of this like new age stuff and all that. She got these little things for a little studio, and they're like flavor packets for water, but they're like kind of like Powerade or Gatorade or something that you pour in, but all natural, no GMO, made from beets. The water turns red.
That's interesting.
But it tastes good. I mean, it's really good. I'm gonna probably ask her what the name of that stuff is so I can, get me a box. Be like,
yeah, that sounds really, really interesting.
Because you know as well as I do, but this is my one a day.
Yeah.
I'm still fighting my caffeine addiction. So I have one soda a day and usually about one coffee of the morning to get me going. But it is what it is. Yeah,
you'll occasionally, when it's D&D and it's the 11th hour of D&D, you're like, I'll be back in a second. And you go grab a Sun Drop and you come back, you're like, all right. And you drink a little bit of it. 5 minutes later, you're like, oh, I'm ready for some D&D, boys. I can go another hour. But then after that hour, that's it. That's all you have.
It's that last stitch attempt.
Yeah.
Also, where my body's kind of not used to caffeine anymore because I drink so little amount of it. It looks like I've took a shot of something harder than caffeine because you've seen me. I'm just like,
yeah, you're ready to go.
I feel my heart about to explode.
Yeah, you got about 45 minutes of I'm ready to go, but after that we got to be done.
Exactly. Because if you ain't done, I'm done.
Exactly. Yeah.
And it's not anything that against you guys. It's just physically, mentally by that point in the day.
Yeah.
I was talking to a couple people I was guiding on a tour today. They asked me, how many steps do I take a day? Because they saw I wear, it's not technically a Fitbit, it's a generic model, but still counts steps and does the same stuff.
Yeah.
But they asked me how many steps I can get in a day. I tell them one day, which is me doing 5 or 6 tours, I get about 15,000 steps.
It's pretty good.
So that's not even counting like overnights and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's just like,
yeah, just the 5 tours about 15,000 steps, and I think your steps are definitely bigger than mine.
Yes.
So it's probably for me 15,000 steps was around 6.5 miles. So for you it's probably like 8 maybe.
That's what I'm saying.
8 or 9 miles. So that's pretty
Well,
good.
to keep up with it, our tours are 1.5 miles in length.
Yeah.
So if you do that times 6, so each 2 tours, I'm doing 3 miles.
Yeah.
So by the time I get to that, 3 times 3
Yeah.
would be 9.
Yeah. So 9 miles.
So 9 miles in a day.
It's pretty good. And not all of it's walking either, which is wild.
Yeah.
Not the entirety of it. Pretty good for you.
The thing that I really dislike the most is our most strenuous part of the tour. But I like it and I dislike it because there's some cool stuff to see on it.
Yeah.
But 350 stairs up a 100-foot rise.
Yeah.
And the thing that usually gets me, and don't get me wrong, I understand people pay for the experience. They want to have a good time. I want to give them a good time.
Exactly, yeah.
But I try to stress as much as I can before we go on this because it is awesome.
Yeah.
If you have any knee problems or heart
Yes.
conditions or anything like that,
Do not do it.
You're overextending yourself. Because usually when it's AB God,
Mm-hmm.
I have to be back the following hour.
Yeah.
So say like I had a 1 o'clock tour, I have to make sure I'm back for that 3, but the 1 o'clock tour ends at 2:30.
Yeah.
If I have somebody go on that part of the tour that's, not able to really handle that, it slows me down substantially.
Mm-hmm.
And that's one of our crucial things is we have timetables to work on.
Exactly, yeah. Yeah. Stuff like that can be strenuous. It can be strenuous. It can be hard on the body too if you're not used to it. Especially a thing where you're in a situation like that.
Yeah.
Like people can come and rescue you, but it's not easy.
Well, when you get up to the top of it,
Mm-hmm.
it just ends up being there's no way to get up there but climb back down the stairs and
Yeah.
climb back up the stairs. The back room, that's usually what I jokingly tell people is once we get to where the light show is, I say, please don't get up during the light show for your safety. Closest phone I have is back in the previous room, which is back at the top of the 100-foot rise.
Yeah.
And we're already on the opposite side of it.
Yeah.
And I said, all I have with me is me being CPR certified
Yeah.
and a first aid kit. So please.
Please don't do anything stupid.
Yes.
People definitely, I don't know how frequently it happens, and you know better than I would right now, how people overestimate their ability or underestimate the strenuousness or difficulty of a trail or whatever. I have definitely done my fair share of underestimating a trail.
Same. But the biggest thing for me, I always laugh and I tell people about it while we're climbing said stairs.
Mm-hmm.
The first set of stairs are fairly steep, especially when you get toward the top of them.
Yeah.
And I'd call them the deal breaker.
Yeah. Yeah, you will know by then if you can do the entire thing or not.
The reason why, because usually by the time we get up there, and the joke is you're halfway to halfway there. Because it is a pretty good little walk up this 100-foot pile of breakdown.
Yeah.
To get to the other side, and then we have to walk all the way back to the opening for us to continue on with the tour. And usually when we get to that point and they hear that, I have one or two reactions. I have people laugh like you just
Yeah.
or I have people like, nah, mate, I'm
I'm
going
done.
back. I'm
all right, going back down. Yeah.
Standing over the ledge, watching them meander down the stairs to sit down on the bench. Part of me feels sad because watching the defeat in their body when they slump down onto the chair.
Yeah.
But there's also part of me like, thank God they didn't go the rest of the tour. I don't know how bad that situation could have gotten.
It can get really, really bad. It can get bad fast. I've seen it get bad fast on backpacking trips and hiking trips. So yeah, never. You can overestimate your abilities a little bit. That's just how people work. But never underestimate a trail of any nature. So yeah, walking's good for you. Getting a physical activity like that. Me and Andrew prefer the full body, like climbing is like full body, except for cardio. But walking around 10,000 steps maybe 3 miles or so is like really, really good for you. It's the best way to keep yourself healthy.
Well, I joke with everybody and tell them every day is leg day.
Yeah.
Which at first it started off as a joke, just me walking around this. And then where I've been eating more calories and stuff like that just to make it where I can keep going throughout the day. My calves and stuff like that, it's actually coming. And I'm having a little bit of an issue right now with my left foot. It's starting to seize up a little bit where my knee wasn't as good on that side. And it didn't fully straighten out.
Yeah.
While walking. And it's causing a little bit of plantar fasciitis or whatever it's called, where like the top part of your foot aches. And if I try to like move my big toe up, there's some discomfort. But I don't know the full medical term for it.
Yeah.
But I was looking while I was at the station that day because I was complaining about this yesterday too.
Yeah.
I looked up videos on how to correct it. It's fairly easy to correct. It's just trying to get it to work out until my feet get used to going from almost little to no activity
to full activity.
The full activity,
Yeah.
People's like, well, working there, you don't need a gym membership. And I'm like, I kind of agree, but at the same time,
for weightlifting stuff, yeah.
Yeah, for the upper body, I still need,
a place to go.
Yeah, because all the walking and stuff does is just, it's leg day. That's all. It's isolating just your legs and cardio.
Yeah.
But I mostly go to the gym and do the boxing stuff. I go over at USA.
Yeah, fun.
They have this whole section just set up for boxing stuff. My favorite thing to do is, and I did this the other day for 5 rounds, and the little timer has a 3-minute intervals on it. I did 5 3-minute rounds of speed bag.
Pretty cool.
I love doing the speed bag.
Yeah.
I just love the rhythmic sound of it.
Yeah.
To me, it's kind of like listening to an old tractor fire up, like those big popping
Yeah.
That old rhythmic sound that you just, something feels right about it.
Yeah. Boxing and stuff like that to strengthen your bones is really, really good for you. Because your muscles can, what's cool about muscles is that they vary in strength from little to big or whatever. And like I am not at the strongest point for my arms and biceps, upper body and all that. But like I was at one point, and I can just easily weightlift and get back up to that point again if I wanted to. But your bones, unless there's some kind of disease or issue with your bone structure or your bone, what they're made of for your body or your genetics or whatever, your bones will always stay hard, which is like the best part. So like you strengthen your bones or whatever, and they'll always be strengthened. So I think it's really, really neat.
Well, see, my thing...
And boxing's very, very good for that.
Yeah. Well, my thing was, you wouldn't think that, just keeping your arms like this and just keeping that rhythm going would be much of a workout. But literally a couple hours past that point, right here on my arms just felt like...
Yeah, they're jelly. Yeah. they're big, strong muscles. But I'm not doing anything else today.
Exactly.
Yeah, that was me after every single gym thing. Like, all right, cool. I'll be back in a couple of days to work out my arms again.
Well, see, the funny thing is, and not a lot of people discuss this, and there's a lot of people like me, they're skinny, but they want to put on weight. There is an actual term, and we're called ectomorphs. So it is much harder for us to
put on weight than just to lose it. Yeah.
Typical hard gainer. And every time you look up at anything health-wise, it's like, you need to eat more. Yeah. Elisha, how much do you see me eat on a daily basis?
Whenever I see you, you're eating. And that's every time I see you. Yeah. How many calories in one day from the time you wake up to the time you go to bed do you think you eat? Probably 3,000.
I know I'd eat at least 100 to 150 for light snacks.
Yeah.
Calorie wise, and then meals I'd usually go about 500. So let's just ballpark it.
Yeah.
We have 500 meals a day.
So 15.
So there's the 15.
Yeah.
And then I have probably 3 to 4 light snacks on top of that, which would be about 300. Then 6. So 6 to the 15. So 21.
2,100 is pretty good. 2,100 is about how much I eat a day. But the thing is, like, I always do I never
Well,
have
that's-
breakfast. So
That's very though.
yeah, it definitely varies. Do you keep track of calories?
No.
They have an app that Andrew has. And it's really easy to do also. Like it's gotten a lot easier in recent years. What with smartphones and such and smartwatches, they definitely help. I think Andrew said he eats around 14 or 15 a day. And then except for cheat days, which is like a Saturday, Sunday. And then I eat around 2,000 a day. Mine is 2 meals though, so I'll have like 7, 8, 9 for one, and then dinner will be like 7, 8, 9 again also.
Yeah.
So 2,000 is around my max. And I never snack. I used to snack a bunch. I used to drink sodas. I used to have like a Mountain Dew every single day. That was not healthy at all.
God, trust me, that's where I was. But as
Yeah.
I was discussing,
Yeah.
one soda a day,
Yep.
one coffee a day, step by step, the whole way, sweet Jesus. Just saying.
Yeah. I'll occasionally have like a black tea, which is like I think half or quarter the caffeine content of like coffee or whatever. And I'll maybe have one of those. I'll have like probably two or three a week, maybe. So yeah, I think around 2,000 calories. So we eat around the same calories, but you're definitely doing a lot more than I am. And then there is a point where your body, how many calories you put in does not equal how many calories you put out.
Exactly.
So for backpacking, every backpacker I've talked to, the ones in our crew especially have said like, don't even, just ignore the calorie count on all the backpacking meals you have. It will be enough to fill you up and repair your muscles. Like none of them even keep track of calories on a backpacking trip. So if you have your breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and your protein and fiber content is good, ignore the calories, because they said you'll burn through like 3,000 or 4,000 on like a 10-mile day.
Mm.
And then you'll exactly yeah. So you'll burn like 3,500 on like a normal day of backpacking or whatever, but you're not able to put 3,500 back in. Like it just is not possible, unless you have like 1,000 for breakfast, which is crazy, 1,000 for lunch, which is ridiculous, and then you have 1,000 or 2,000 for dinner. You can't do it without making yourself super sick, or you're The Rock, or you're Dwayne Johnson.
Right.
It's just not possible.
Can you smell what Dalton Pack is cooking?
How many calories do you think The Rock eats a day? It's a bunch. The Rock.
Oh, he has, for those muscles that he's got,
a bunch.
and you gotta think he's been
5,000 a day.
Jesus.
The Rock eats 5,000 calories a day. So it's like what, 2,000 each meal?
Yeah. It would either have to be 2 meals of 250
Yeah.
or 2,500.
Yeah.
Or
Well, he eats. I think it said he
Even-
eats 5 times a day.
okay, if he eats 5 times a day, that
Yeah.
makes it so it would be like 1,000.
Okay, here you
Per-
go. This is in 2015, so it's probably not
It's
accurate
not as
anymore.
accurate.
Dwayne The Rock Johnson's daily diet plan revealed 7 meals, 36 ounces of cod per day. That's 820 pounds a year, by the way.
Jesus.
For a daily intake of approximately 4,131 calories. He's also a big dude.
That's the one thing me trying to put on weight I found out has been my best friend. Fish.
Yeah. Yeah, fish is great for you. Fish
Well,
is the best
good-
meat for you.
Good fish though.
Exactly, yeah.
You can get,
Not the dollar store frozen fish.
No. Like
Which is a joke. I don't even know if the dollar store has frozen fish or not. They might. Some of them might.
but
But like good,
Murray
good fish.
Calendars,
Yeah,
stuff
yeah,
like
yeah.
that. It tastes good, but Murray Calendars, when it comes to trying to have a higher calorie count and some good stuff, is not the best.
Yeah.
Usually, personally, I like to go into the meat section of, well, it used to be Red's Food or Foodland Plus, whatever you want to call it,
Yeah.
because their meat selection is actually pretty good. And you got that pick 5 for, I think that's them. It's either them or Save a Lot does that pick 5 for 1990s. I'm
I
pretty
don't
sure it's
remember.
Foodland.
It's been more than a year since I've bought meat, so I really don't know.
But usually I eat stuff like that, and where I've had culinary classes, I can, and that's one thing that usually my friends and family both do for me, is they bring me when they're going to meat shop, because it's like,
Yeah.
I can tell by the marbleization, I can tell
Exactly,
by
yeah.
the colors and all that. What's a good cut of meat? What's a decent price for a cut of meat? And then what's
Exactly. So yeah. Knowing how to cook is an impressive skill. It's a skill that will be very, very useful in any situation. Hot date, you're making some good dinner. By yourself, you're making some good dinner. Need to impress
a boss or something.
Businessmen? I don't know. You make good dinner.
Well, if you want to impress businessmen, you pull the Japanese way of cutting up puffer fish, so that way if they're not impressed and you accidentally messed up. I'm just saying.
Did you watch John Wick 3?
Yes.
That was pretty.
Loved it.
I did too. It was really good. You saying pufferfish remind me of that opening scene.
Yeah.
Or this setup scene, not opening. It's like 35 minutes in, but one of the setup scenes where the adjudicator eats the pufferfish raw, and then she's like, "All right, cool. See you guys." And they're like, "All right, cool." And I guess we have ninjas in this movie now. So spoiler alert, not really, but yeah, it's really, really good.
I'll tell you one thing though, going back to my job, you wouldn't think that working at a cave would be like a fun job because you're just there looking at rock. But every time, just like the natural beauty of the inside of it is amazing. The staff up there, I can say this definitively because I've worked several places trying to get through college. It either came to they didn't want to work around my school schedule, or I needed to make more money for me to move forward.
Yeah.
Well, out of all the places I've worked, these are the nicest people. They care for each other. It's like a big family up there.
Yeah, that's great to hear.
And that's the main thing I love about that job. This is going to segue into this part. And I'm still currently at the moment of the time of this video.
Yeah, at the time of this recording.
August
3rd or whatever today is.
Still working at the radio station, 91.3 WCPI FM. Not sponsored. So,
what were you saying?
But like I said, I'm gonna be leaving the radio station soon because they offered me a full-time position now. There.
Yeah,
which
that's good though.
There's a part of me that's like sad, but also there's a part of me like where I'm such used to physical activity in my day.
Yeah, sitting at the station for 6-8 hours. It's especially rough for you because you have one of 2 8-hour positions.
Yes.
So it can definitely be rough.
And I love the radio station job. It's a good job.
Yeah, it's relaxing.
Mary and them's been real nice to me. You guys, well, we're good friends.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's just for someone like me.
Sitting for 6 hours, it can be a real killer.
The only time that I feel like I get solace.
Yeah.
The 5 minutes I take to set up a cart, push a button.
And then you get up and walk.
Literally, I pace the little hallway.
Yeah.
Or I do push-ups and something in between carts. You'll just.
Yeah.
And it's one of those things that the one thing that I'm not gonna miss is if you're doing something with a microphone, somebody like bursts in not knowing.
It is really, really funny though. Yeah. It's funny, but it's aggravating because you're like, okay, I need to record this and have it done by 9:00 or whatever.
Yeah.
But then someone busts in. And the door is so loud.
I'll say it like this, so I don't
get in trouble.
Don't call out the specific person it was.
Trevor.
No, it wasn't Trevor. It's one of our programs.
One of the program barangers. Yeah. Don't say anything.
They came in while I was trying to record
They always
weather
do.
Or live. I was doing whether live or I was trying to record my news story.
Yeah.
And they come in and they're coming up the hall and they say, "Hello." I was like,
please, not right now. I'm trying to record.
Honestly, I think that was during a live news.
Oh, no.
Because I wasn't good about recording the weather.
Yeah. Recording a few minutes beforehand, yeah.
But it's one of those things that...
Yeah. Yada though. Yeah, it's rough. We used to have the phone to where it actually made a phone noise.
Yes.
And if someone called during weather or when you're recording something or whatever, it was loud. So I think it was 2 times it was me and Robert both had the phone ring during us recording the weather. It was like currently in McMinnville, 91 and sunny. Tuesday. It's like, okay, do I answer it? Do I stop what I'm doing and answer it? Do I open and close the phone? And then it's rough. So we unplugged the phone ringer again. So that's why it's only the lights now.
Well, see, my thing is, I have a little bit of a PTSD thing with the lights because
anytime you hear any buzzing noise,
anytime like the air conditioner,
it busts on. Yeah. It's an HVAC, so it's loud.
It's just like,
oh no. Yeah. Anytime I hear any buzzing noise, I think it's the phone.
Right.
Because it's the light bulbs turning on. Yeah. There's like a handful of noises that I'll never ever forget. It's my dad's car coming home from work at like the same time every single day. Whenever I was a kid or whatever. This has been 7-8 years ago now at this point. The radio station's phone ringing. Such an iconic noise. Zzz, yeah, like a second of buzz and then it stops. But it's like a loud click also.
Yeah.
And then the bell ringing at Main Street Bakery whenever I used to work there. Those are like those are the ones I can think of right now. But those are sounds that I will never ever forget.
Oh, that's kind of like me. I will never forget the sounds of like the fryers at Burger King.
Yeah.
Those things are like ingrained in my brain at this point.
Yeah.
You just beep 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 beep.
Yeah. All right, Dalton, we're out of time. Oh man, what a fun episode! Thank you so much for being on, Dalton, my friend. We'll see you guys in the next episode of the Third Opinion Podcast. Goodbye.
Dead memes.